Now that we are ready with the tools and materials required, let's construct the dustbin. Step 1. Select the wooden face that is free from knots and shakes. Measure and mark a straight line with a steel ruler and a pencil on the wooden piece. Support the wooden piece to the bench top. And using a handsaw, cut it along the marked line to form a square. Step 2. As per the design, the dustbin is wider at the top and narrow at the bottom. Measure and mark the dimensions to the specifications provided in the drawing. Use a steel ruler and a pencil to mark a tapering line on the pieces that will make the side wall of the dustbin. Ensure once again the marked dimensions are to the specification. Mark a reference line on the top and bottom edge of the piece with the help of a tri-square for saw to cut. Once you have the cutting lines in place, cut the piece according to the size. Support the workpiece to the bench top and start cutting on the marked line with a handsaw. Next, support the wooden piece to the bench vise. Use a jack plane to smoothen the edges flat. Plane all the unfinished side down to these lines. Once again, use a tri-square to check the squareness of the edge. If required, plane it further of any ridges left on your board. Similarly, build the back panel. Making the back panel is very much similar to the front panel. These two pieces should mirror one another. Just subtract the thickness of the side panel from the overall width. Keep in mind that these sides, when assembled, will actually fit inside the front and back panels you cut earlier. Now you are ready with the front and back panels of your dustbin. Mark the face side on each of the panels with a pencil. Step 3. Now apply glue down the side edge of the side panels and place it at a 90-degree angle to the front panel. The side panel should be flush with the outer edge of the front panel. Drive the nails in place, spacing them evenly on both edges of the front panel. Similarly, join the remaining side panel and the back panel. Wipe away any excess glue that oozes out. The joined panels should form a perfect square on the top and bottom. Step 4. Turn the dustbin over and smoothen the bottom edges flat with a smoothing plane. Measure the dimensions required for the base from the outer edge of the joined panels. Measure and mark out the lines with a steel ruler on the base wooden piece. Then support it to the bench top. Cut out the base with a handsaw from the remaining wood. Check the flatness with a tri-square. Support it to the bench vise and plane the edges so they are perfect flat. Keep checking the trueness of the base with a tri-square. Step 5. Go on to attach the bottom piece. Place the bottom piece over the base of the bin and align all 4 sides so it runs flush over the bin. Apply glue on the edges and attach the bottom piece. Drive the nails in place. Wipe off any excess glue with a damp cloth. Trim the excess wood from the edges with a smoothing plane so it sits perfectly. Allow the glue to dry thoroughly. Step 6. Once the dustbin is assembled, hammer in the nail heads into the wood with a nail punch so that it has a smooth surface for the finishing job. Then with a sandpaper, sand down all the sides to give the surface a smooth finish. With a mixture of sawdust and glue, fill in the gaps and nail holes on the surface and the edges and let them dry. Apply polish or paint the dustbin as desired. Wooden dustbins give a decorative touch to any room. Build one of your own. Use this practical guide to make a dustbin of your own. Here is a recap of the broad steps you need to perform to complete the workpiece. First, square the wooden piece. Second, mark and cut the panels to size. Third, apply glue and assemble the panels together. Fourth, cut a bottom piece for the base. 5. Apply glue and assemble the base. 6. Give finishing touches.